Picture yourself on a hillside, the Sea of Galilee shimmering below, surrounded by a crowd eager for hope. A carpenter from Nazareth, Jesus, stands before them, not a king, but a teacher whose words would change history. The Sermon on the Mount, found in Matthew 5, is not just ancient law, it's a guide to a new way of living. Jesus speaks to the heart, offering a kingdom built on love, humility, and righteousness, not power or wealth. His message, simple yet profound, still resonates because our deepest needs, meaning, peace, justice, remain unchanged. The teachings of Matthew 5 offer a timeless moral compass for a world searching for direction. In Matthew 5, Jesus lays the foundation for his ministry with the Beatitudes, blessings that redefine happiness. He invites us to see fulfillment where the world sees weakness, and calls us to a higher standard, not just avoiding wrong, but transforming our hearts. Jesus challenges us to love our enemies, go the extra mile, and break cycles of retaliation. These teachings are not distant ideals, they're a living message meant to be practiced. The Sermon on the Mount is a blueprint for a life of true joy and peace. Its words comfort, challenge, and inspire us to become better people. This message remains as vital today as it was 2,000 years ago. The sermon begins with the Beatitudes, blessings for those the world often overlooks. Jesus calls the poor in spirit blessed, for they recognize their need for God. Those who mourn are comforted, showing a heart that cares deeply for a broken world. The meek, strong yet gentle, are promised the earth, not by force, but as a gift. These blessings reveal God's heart, humility, compassion, and quiet strength. In a world obsessed with self-sufficiency, Jesus teaches that true blessing starts with honest need. The Beatitudes paint a portrait of a life rich in spirit, not possessions. This is the character of the citizens of his kingdom. Jesus continues, blessing those who hunger for righteousness, they will be satisfied. The merciful receive mercy. Forgiveness and kindness open us to God's grace. The pure in heart, sincere and undivided, are promised the ultimate reward. They will see God. Peacemakers who actively heal and reconcile are called children of God. Each blessing turns worldly logic upside down, valuing inner transformation over outward success. Jesus honors those who work for justice, show mercy, and pursue peace even when it's hard. These are not passive traits, but active choices that reflect God's character. The Beatitudes invite us to a radical, countercultural way of living. This is the heart of the kingdom Jesus proclaims. Jesus ends the Beatitudes with a challenge. Those persecuted for righteousness are blessed, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. He assures his followers that opposition is a sign they're on the right path, sharing in the legacy of the prophets. True happiness isn't found in comfort, but in living a life transformed by God's grace. The Beatitudes aren't a checklist, they're the fruit of a relationship with God. They offer a joy the world can't give or take away, rooted in character, not circumstance. Jesus invites us to see success and happiness through God's eyes. This upside-down kingdom is the foundation for everything he teaches next. After the Beatitudes, Jesus addresses the law of Moses, the foundation of his listeners' faith. He declares, "I have not come to destroy the law but to fulfill it," affirming its divine origin and purpose. Jesus is the master architect, completing what the law and prophets began. Not even the smallest detail of God's word will pass away until all is fulfilled. He honors the scriptures, linking obedience to greatness in God's kingdom. But he's not focused on external rule-keeping. He's preparing hearts for a deeper understanding. The law was always about the heart, and Jesus reveals its true depth. He sets the stage for a new way of living, one rooted in love, not just law.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.
Having established his respect for the law, Jesus then makes a startling claim. It must have shocked the religious leaders of his day. He tells the crowd, "For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven." The scribes and Pharisees were the most outwardly religious people of that time. They were experts in the law. They meticulously followed every rule, every tradition, every ritual. To the average person, their righteousness seemed unattainable. And now Jesus says you must do even better than them. How could this be possible? If the most devout people were not righteous enough, what hope was there for anyone else? Jesus was not calling for more rules or more rituals. He was calling for a different kind of righteousness altogether. The righteousness of the Pharisees was often external. It was focused on public displays of piety and strict adherence to the letter of the law, but it could sometimes be a mask, hiding hearts full of pride, judgment, and greed. Jesus was interested in a righteousness that starts from the inside. It is a righteousness of the heart, motivated by love for God and love for others. This is a central theme of the Sermon on the Mount. God is not looking for perfect performers. He is looking for people with pure hearts. It is not about how you look to others, but who you are when no one is watching. This higher righteousness is not something we can achieve on our own through sheer willpower. The Pharisees tried that, and Jesus said it was not enough. This new standard points to our need for a changed heart, a transformation that only God can bring about. It is a righteousness that flows from a genuine relationship with Him, not from a checklist of religious duties. Jesus will now spend the rest of the chapter giving specific examples of this principle. He will take well-known commandments from the Old Testament and show their deeper, intended meaning. He will move from the action to the attitude, from the hand to the heart. He is peeling back the layers of tradition to reveal the brilliant truth at the core of God's law. He is showing that true obedience is not just about avoiding sin, but about actively pursuing a life that reflects the character of God Himself. This is the path to entering the kingdom of heaven, a path of internal transformation. Jesus begins with the sixth commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." But He pushes further, warning that anger in the heart is just as dangerous. Uncontrolled anger and harsh words, He says, are violations of the spirit of the law. Instead of just suppressing anger, Jesus calls us to seek reconciliation. God's law searches our hearts, not just our actions. True righteousness begins within. Jesus moves from anger to another personal area, adultery. He teaches that the commandment is not just about the act but the heart. Whoever looks with lust has already committed adultery in the heart. Jesus calls for purity that guards our hearts and minds, not just our actions. He urges us to be ruthless with temptation, valuing our relationship with God above all. Jesus moves from the purity of our hearts to the integrity of our words. In His time, people made complex oaths, swearing by heaven, earth, or Jerusalem to prove their honesty. But Jesus says, "Swear not at all. Instead, let your yes be yes and your no be no." Our word should be our bond, simple, truthful, and trustworthy, reflecting the honesty God desires. Jesus' teaching on relationships is radical. An eye for an eye, limited revenge, but Jesus calls us higher. If someone strikes you, turn the other cheek. Break the cycle of violence. If forced to go 1 mile, go 2. Respond with unexpected love. Love your enemies, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who hurt you. This is the radical call to love, reflecting the heart of God to all. The world is loud, filled with endless opinions and shifting values. It's easy to feel lost in the noise. In this chaos, the teachings of Matthew chapter 5 are a compass, a true north for our lives. The Beatitudes calibrate our inner guide, helping us align our hearts with God's heart. This inner compass guides us beyond avoiding bad behavior. It points us toward higher righteousness and healing broken connections. Instead of following the noisy winds of culture, we trust the quiet, steady direction of those ancient words. In our connected world, Jesus' teaching on lust and purity of heart is more relevant than ever. He warned that even a look can lead to adultery in the heart. Today we're flooded with images and media that tempt us at every turn. Living with a pure heart means making conscious choices about what we let in. Sometimes it's as simple as unfollowing accounts or turning off a movie. Jesus calls us to guard our hearts, finding contentment in who we are, not what we see. Jesus' call to let our yea be yea and our nay be nay is a radical act of integrity in a world of spin and pretense. The simple, unadorned truth stands out. Living this means being people of our word. When we say we'll do something, we do it. If not, we say so honestly. It's a call to authenticity, being the same in private as in public. In a complicated world, the honest life is a path to profound peace. The most difficult command in Matthew 5 is to love our enemies. In a divided world, we're told loving enemies is impossible, but Jesus calls it the mark of his followers. This takes courage. It's not passive. Jesus asks us to resist evil in a new way. We fight hatred with love, grace, and peace, breaking the cycle of bitterness within us. Praying for those who hurt us transforms our hearts and helps us see their humanity. This radical love reflects God's character and is the most powerful testimony we can offer. In Matthew 5, Jesus turns the world's values upside down, showing true happiness is found in humility, mercy, and longing for God. He fulfills the ancient law, calling us to a higher standard, a law of the heart. Jesus challenges us to radical integrity and to love even our enemies. These teachings form a blueprint for a transformed life, an invitation to peace, integrity, and authentic joy. As we conclude our exploration, it is crucial to understand that living out Matthew chapter 5 is not a destination we arrive at overnight. It is a lifelong journey. It is a daily, sometimes hourly choice to walk the path Jesus laid out. There will be days when we stumble, when anger gets the best of us, when our words are not simple and true, and when loving our enemy feels utterly impossible. In those moments, we must remember the very first beatitude. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Our journey begins and continues with the humble admission that we need help. We need God's grace to live this way. This sermon is not meant to be a source of guilt, but a source of inspiration. It is the mountain we are called to climb. Every step we take toward meekness, toward purity of heart, toward being a peacemaker, is a step closer to the summit. And the view from that mountain is a life of purpose and peace that the world cannot offer. It is a life where our inner world is in harmony with our outer actions. It is a life where our relationships are marked by grace and forgiveness. It is a life that shines as a light in the darkness, pointing others toward a better way. Let these words of Jesus sink deep into your soul. Let them challenge you, comfort you, and change you. Start today. Choose one area where you feel called to grow. Perhaps it is in mending a broken relationship. Perhaps it is in guarding your thoughts more carefully. Perhaps it is in choosing to pray for someone who has hurt you. Take that one small courageous step. That is how the journey begins. It is not about achieving perfection, but about being on the path, moving in the right direction, with our eyes fixed on the one who first spoke these life-giving words. The Sermon on the Mount is more than a sermon. It is an invitation from the Creator of the universe to discover the life you were always meant to live. It is a call to join Him in His work of bringing light, love, and healing to a broken world. It is the most challenging, yet most rewarding adventure imaginable. May we all have the courage to accept the invitation, to begin the climb, and to discover for ourselves the profound and lasting joy of living in the kingdom of God, today and for all eternity. The journey awaits.